All right, guys, I'm doing it. I'm starting a YouTube channel. The name of the channel is Throttle Gospel. What is Throttle Gospel? Throttle Gospel is a man and his family and his buddies. First of all, we love Jesus and we love race cars. So, what are you going to see on this channel? Well, I race a couple of cars. I've got a 1970 Chevy C10 that is supercharged, some chassis, full-blown race truck. We're going to do an overview on that to start out. My other car that I race on a regular basis is a 2003 Mazda Miata. So one end of the spectrum to the other. You know, my Miata I spend a little bit more time on track with. The C10 is more of a, car show hopper, all around fun haver, lots and lots of autocross. So yeah, I'm looking forward to making some videos. I think the first one we're going to do is a little bit of an overview of, all the cars on the property, and I do a lot of camping stuff too. So I'll probably do a little bit of that. Maybe a couple of our remodels. I like to buy and remodel campers. So I'm sure I'll do a series here and there with that. I've got a 2019 Chevy 2500. That is what I call the tow pig. And then the Mazda Miata we call the track rat. And then the 1970 C10 is Whiskey D. So if you've seen any of my stuff, it's probably from Whiskey D. There's a little bit, there she is there. I know some of you have seen a little bit of her around the internet. Anyway, just an intro video. I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about yet, but we're going to talk about some stuff, because why not? I want to basically go over a lot of the things that I learned in the beginning, was where I went wrong, how I went wrong, LS platforms, things like that. Even with the Miata, I'm sure I probably got some stuff to talk about the Miata. I'm not an expert, and I can go ahead and tell you that. I don't claim to be an expert, and I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that are going to tell me, how I'm wrong with everything that I'm talking about. So, take what I say with a grain of salt. If it worked for me, I'll tell you it worked for me, and if it didn't work for me, I'll tell you how it didn't work for me. So I love talking with the car community. I love meeting new people in the car community. We do spend a lot of time at events like LS Fest is one of my all-time favorites. A lot of people talk trash about LS Fest anymore just because of how big it is and how crazy it's got. But I love the chaos that is LS Fest. I love LS engines. The reason I do is because how easy they are to put into so many different types of vehicles. The aftermarket support for them is amazing. The reliability is always there. Anybody that LS swaps cars anymore, I feel like catches all kinds of hate. It's a fun platform to play with, and LS Fest is an absolute blast. I get to meet so many new people. There is so many crazy builds in one area. The amount of people that visit that event is just astronomical. And you have a lot of awesome vendors that are always there to support you while you're racing. So I can't tell you how many times that I've met people in the industry, meaning manufacturers, because I've broke stuff. So that's one other thing, that if you know me, I am known for breaking things. Like a lot of the companies that I deal with, they tell me that, hey, I'm gonna let you have this because you're gonna put it to test for me. That's for sure. That's how the truck eventually got its name, or originally got its name, was Whiskey D. Whiskey D is what you think. It's Whiskey Dick. I know it's a little off the cuff, but it became a running joke, because in the beginning when I started racing this thing, it was inevitably breaking. Like every time we went anywhere with it, anytime we changed anything, anytime I done anything different, or I just took it to the track, it always broke something. And as soon as I fixed that thing, it broke the next thing. So it became Whiskey Dick. Now, it's gotten better over the years. She does hold together better now than she ever has. I don't want to go on and on about that, but it is a really fun truck. It catches a lot of attention. It's rough around the edges. I think that's what people like about it. It's rough in all the right ways. I love patina trucks. Patina trucks are my all-time favorite because I never have to worry about paint. even if I brush up against it, I don't know how many times I've walked against this truck with a pocket knife in my pocket and like put a big gouge in it. Long story short, I love things that have character. So nice, pretty paint jobs don't do anything. I like something that tells a story by looking at it. You can look at this thing and see like she's been around for a while. She has stories to tell. That's what I think is cool. And to do things different, you know, off the cuff. So like my bed floor is not something that I've seen before either, because I wanted something different, right? The bed floor is made out of all signs. So all road signs that I just found cool in different ways, and I made a bed floor out of it. This truck, since it has been a pain in the butt, one thing I will take from that, and I'm not going to be mad about it, is that it created so many connections for me with companies. So I've met with rear end companies from problems that I've had. I've met with engine companies that I've had problems. I've met with wheel companies because of situations that came around. But long story short, suspension problems too. Like I've had the gamut. I've broke suspension components. I've messed up wheel stuff. I've destroyed multiple belt drive systems. Destroyed a rear end in more ways than one. Anyway, long story short, those failures, they created possibilities for me to meet people in the industry that I necessarily wouldn't have never met. So I will take that as a blessing all day long. Hopefully that it does continue to stay together and it stays together better than it ever has. But I don't know. Like I said, along this journey, I want to meet more people. That is my goal with Throttle Gospel, is I want to meet more people. I want to share the experiences that I've had throughout the years. I want to document a little bit of builds. You know what I mean? This isn't going to be a high quality production film crew type of experience you're going to get here. This is a guy in his garage with a couple cameras and some microphones. I have a couple buddies that I'm going to do some partnership with. So you can check out my buddy Josh Huff. He is Track Proof on all the socials. He's also building a race truck as well. So we're going to do some collaboration. Anytime we go racing, we'll always be together. We'll probably share each other's content here and there, I'm sure. And we do want to do like some lives, answer some questions, give people rides at events. That's the other thing, is getting as many people into the racing autocross track day experience as possible. So I want to share rides with people. If you see me in an event, I want you to go, hey, it's Whiskey D and there's Hunter. Like, let's go talk to him. Because I don't know how many times that I've grabbed people and like, here's a helmet, get in the truck, let's go. Let me show you what this is about. That's what it's about for us. We have so much fun with it and we want to share those experiences with other people. So don't be shy if you ever see the truck out anywhere or me at an event. You know, I don't meet strangers. Let's just say that. So that being said, this is just an intro video. If you have any suggestions on what you would like to see with the truck, please feel free to shoot me comments. If you haven't seen it before, this is Whiskey D. Here's a engine I've got laying around as a backup. It's another LQ4. Here's what she looks like underneath the old bonnet. So LQ4, bottom end, so 6 liter if you don't know. Then it's got an LSA blower from a CTSV. This engine really wasn't built to sustain boost for long. Let's just say this. I just strapped a blower to this basically. So other than like a trunnion upgrade and the belt drive that I bought for this engine, there's not really anything that's boost oriented to make this worse. Bigger injectors, that's about it. So with the block that I've got over there, I am looking to go a little bit more boost friendly to where I can take more advantage of what this has to offer. So basic overview, right? This is a 1970 C10, right? It's a custom C20 chassis. So we took a C20 chassis, we chopped it down, we back halved it, and I added a bunch of structural rigidity to the frame just because of the autocross. So again, it was boxed. There's a bunch of structural cross members that were put in there to make it a little bit more rigid. And then the truck was sponsored by QA1 a few years ago, so it has all the QA1 components. So their Mod Series shock and their crossmember upper lower control arms, and there's I have a big 1,200 pound sway bar from Level 7. This is the bed floor I was talking about. I'm actually kind of proud of this. I did this recently. I wanted something different, and it really fits, you know, the vibe of this truck, I feel like. Just got a bunch of road signs. There's my fuel door. I got, that's my tank overflow over my tank filters. Supercharger, coolant tank. And that's kind of how some of my favorite plates that I've got throughout the years, a couple of those. This one here is my grandfather's car. He's the one that got me into hot rodding, so I wanted to save his plate and made it kind of part of the build. The other ones I've just got around. As you can see, I collect signs and anything auto memorabilia. I guess I'll give you a little ballpark of what the interior looks like. So, pretty simple in here. I mean, we just got some NRG seats, got a harness bar. I've got some fire retardant so I don't burn to death. It is a 6-speed from American Powertrain T56. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. So, again, if you have questions, ask away. And then the socials, that's where you can check her out, Whiskey DC10 on Instagram, and I'm Throttle Gospel on TikTok. Jeez. All right, guys, nice to meet you. Chat with you more soon.